Hey there, this is Catherine Cartwright. Welcome. I have a very exciting video to share with you. This is from Diamond Press. This is a sneak peek of the Ultimate Creative Inspiration Mega Pop-Up Card Kit. This is going to be the today's special on July 9th for Diamond Press. This is the holidays version. There's going to be an occasions version as well, but what I'm going to be sharing today with you is the holiday version. So brand new to me. I'm so excited to open this up, and then I'm going to make a card. So I'm starting here showing you, this video is going to be very long, and I'm sorry for that, but it is worth every minute because you get to see all of the contents of this kit, which is so worth it. So there are some instruction sheets in here. Diamond Press is so great about providing images, step-by-step instructions, so you can be super successful in using their products. So I always appreciate that. I'm a visual learner, so this definitely speaks to me. All right, so let's get to the contents. We've got some glitter paste here. This is silver. Look how glittery this is. Beautiful. I cannot wait to open that. All right, so there's some ephemera. I'll show you that in a minute. We've got some foam here, some foam sheets. I'm just going to open this up, and so that way you can see it. These are square foams, and I'm just trimming this down so I can pull this out, and then I'm just going to take it right out of the package. So there are 3 sheets in here of the foam squares, which I love because I love to use foam, and I love that it is already cut ready to go. So there are 3 sheets of those, and I'm just going to show you that you can see here there are a little square. It's not too thick, it's a nice thickness there. And then here is another pack of them, but they're smaller squares. So the same idea, but smaller squares. Here's an ink pad. Let's see, we've got a bunch of ephemera. Here's another ink pad. We've got kind of a pink, a red, a green, and an orange here. So 4 ink pads to help you get started on your projects. There is some sticky tape, like a roll of sticky tape. Here are a ton of envelopes for your cards. And then look at all of these card bases, a bunch of them as well. All right, so here are, there's that ephemera. I'm going to open that up in a minute. And then here are some, looks like epoxy dots. Let me open this up, and then we can see those, see how many we get and what color scheme we have. All right, so I've got some pink. I'm going to move this box because I just don't have room. The box is huge. It's huge. It's about, I'll have to measure the box. I don't think I did that on camera. So I'll put that in the description, the size of it. But it's a great size, and it pulls out like a drawer. So that's really fun. Okay, so we've got some green, some light green, dark green, yellow. We've got pink, blush. We've got some blues, orange, and purple, and then some reds and some lighter kind of orange colors. So looks like there's 6 sheets of epoxy dots. Beautiful. To add to your cards, and then there is included a slimline sized folder for your Diamond Press marquee. If you have the marquee machine, the tabletop die cutting machine that Diamond Press has, it will fit through your cutter. We've got some stencils here, and let's see how many there are of this. I'm going to get out a piece of paper so you can see this a little better. But it turns out I picked blue, and you really can't see. So I'm going to switch that out. You can see this is a snowflake burst. There we go, is the name of this one. So beautiful, beautiful. I love all things snowflakes. Here are some hearts, some fun shaped hearts in there, some big ones and small ones. And then the third one is harvest leaf. So I love their stencils, beautiful. So I'm excited to use those. All right, so I'm going to have to move some stuff out of the way because I've got more things to come. All right, look at this. These are the stamps that are included, and this stamp set is huge here. I'm just going to open this up so you can see what you're getting in this awesome kit. All right, So we haven't even gotten to the ephemera and such. So I'm just going to start with these stamps. All right, this stamp set is about 8.5 inches. The sheet is by about 9.5 inches. So really large sentiments. You can see right off the bat, nice big large sentiments. I'm going to get my paper back out here so you can hopefully see all the stamps. So Christmas, Halloween, wishing you a bounty of blessings. Have a holly jolly. We wish you a merry, so you can pair those two together. There's the stamp over here in the corner. I'm assuming has to do with the pop-up, so we're going to learn more about that in a minute here. And oh my goodness, look at these cute stamps. Oh, I love that Happy Valentine's Day. And then there are, and just that stamp right there is like 7 inches, almost 7 inches. So a nice large stamp. We've got some of these little kind of scenes here, and then have a wonderful. So a lot of fun sentiments. I'm interested to get into this. All right, have a spooky good, wishing you have a spooktacular, thankful for you, grateful for everything you do. And then 2 large love, and then look at that Christmas stamp set. So we've got a bunch of seasons here covered. Valentine's Day, looks like some fall. Oh, here's a spatula included in there in the box. And then here is some cardstock, a nice size pack of cardstock. Let me open this up. I love the little ghost on the back of these. How cute. All right, so we've got some definite fall themed cardstock here. And I'm just going to measure this just to make sure. Okay, yeah, it's 8.5 by 11. So just a standard size paper, which will allow you can cut that into half and make some A2 card bases if you wanted to. Up to you, but you've already got those white card bases included in this kit. Okay, so looks like there's 3 of each pattern. So we've got a pretty green on the back of that. Here's some fun spider webs. And look at the little bats and stars. Very vibrant, very cute. So 3 of those. Here's a polka dot, and then there's a plaid on the back. It has kind of a little, almost a splatter dots on there, if you can see that a little bit, to add a little interest. We've got kind of a lighter blue dotted pattern. And then look at these adorable ribbons. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So I'm just going to turn that around. So 3 of those. Here are some stripes with some of those. Oh goodness, look at the holly. Oh, I love holly. Everything holly I have to have. I love holly, but love those stripes. Okay, and we've got more of a heart motif there. And then, goodness, that could be wallpaper, the back of this. How pretty. This beautiful floral. We've got some different hearts on this one, with a little different shade of red. And then cute little lines with the hearts running through them. Really cute. Now this one could be wallpaper to me. That is beautiful. That green. And then we've got these fun stripes. Here's more of a fallish tone of plaid. And then look at those leaves. Oh my goodness. So pretty. And that, I don't know if I mentioned, this cardstock's really thick in a really good way. Like really good for layering, but also you can make some card bases, or it's going to hold up really well. It's got a nice heft to it. There's some more plaid, and then these stars, and then those cute little ghosts. All right, so that is a ton of cardstock to get you started on a bunch of cards. Okay? All right, so we've seen the stamps, we've seen some cardstock, and now I'm ready to move to the ephemera, because these packs seem to be very nicely sized. So I'm going to check these out, and I know this video, like I said, is long, but you want to see all of these items, I know, and I'm so excited to share this with you. All right, these have some gold foil on them. Very nice weight ephemera here. We wish you have a magical, marvelous, and Merry Christmas. And then there's some trees in here, just tons and tons, little banners with sentiments on there that we could pair with those stamps or use on their own. Oh, look at this cute Be Merry. And again, this seems to have all gold foil on it, printed on it. All the touches have the gold foil, and then all of these sentiments have gold foil 'tis the season to be jolly. We've got some candy canes here. Look at that, shaped into a heart. I love candy canes. I don't know about you, but man, I can eat some candy canes. They are, probably because they're just delicious sugar, but man, I can eat some at the holidays. Go crazy with the candy canes. There's just something about them. All right, here are some gorgeous holly leaves. I told you I have a thing about holly leaves. Where I live, we have lots of holly trees and bushes like that, and so I love to cut it and put it in arrangements. We also have cedar trees as well, and to pair those two together just helps make your holiday table come to life. All right, look at all these gorgeous trees. We've got some poinsettias. I don't know how you say, if it's poinsettia, poinsettias. I tend to say poinsettia, so let me know in the comment. One, if you love this Today Special, of course, but also how you say poinsettia. But those are gorgeous. We've got some greetings here. These beautiful, again, that gold foil, have a happy holiday, with those little round circles. Oh, I love that one, Merry Christmas, with the kind of holly leaf. And oh, here we go. Okay, love a wreath. Beautiful. So we have some different shaped wreaths. Some of these are a little more kind of square in their shape, and then others are a little round, one bigger than the other. So lots of those to use. And again, they have that gold foil. Okay, so I finally got to the end of that pack. Look how much is in there for all of your holiday card making. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me clean that up. I'll put that to the side, and now I'm going to move to the next ephemera. We've got, this is kind of a fall theme with some Halloween in here. It looks like you can see those adorable little ghosts. There are a bunch of pumpkins here too, and then I see some leaves and such to round out. Look, I mean, look at all that. You see, I've got all that in my hand. It's so much. Okay, so this one has some gold foil accents on it. Oh, that sweet little kitty cat. Happy Booth Day. Cute. And I love that frame. Super cute. You could put something in there. And then all of these adorable, look at the little ghost. They'll have a little face. Different little faces on them. Super cute. Okay, here are some fall themes with the pumpkins together. We've got a little moon for your sky. Here's some more leaves. So we've got a lot of fall. And then these beautiful little sentiment strips. Happy fall, autumn blessings. Got some little trees here for maybe to go with that house. And then some little fences here. Super, super cute. And another little kitty cat. I love how they turned the cat another way. And I think they did that with the cardinals too. You can see that there's some cardinals going one direction and then some facing the other direction. So you could use those to kind of mix up on your cards. So very creative to have them going different directions instead of all just the same. Oh my goodness, look at this cute owl, little skull. Wow, I could see using some of these pumpkin things and that one with the leaves and the acorn. I would use that for potentially making some name tags for Thanksgiving or for your holiday table, and add that on there, and then write somebody's name to make kind of a table place card. I love doing stuff like that at the holidays. You can use these kind of items for so many more things than just card making, but they will help you make easy cards. All right, happy Friendsgiving. I see that up there. Again, I'm talking too much. I've got all these things to go through, and there's so much. My brain is on overload from the beautiful items and all the ideas that are just going crazy in my mind. Oh my goodness, look at that little wreath. Oh, with the pumpkins. You're a treat. You could just put that sentiment in there and add that onto your paper. Adorable. Here's another frame, and I would say there's a little pop out in that one. I would save that. You could use that for something on your card. I love to save little shapes and use them from other things. Some more of these little pumpkins. This is going to be hard for me to use because it's so cute. I want to keep it all. All right, I'm still going here. Look how much of this you get. This is every piece that is included in there. Wow, there's just a ton. Okay, I think I'm getting close. Here's some more pumpkins. Oh, and there's another adorable wreath, just a little bit of a different shape. And then we've got some scallop circles here that have sentiments in them. And then Happy Halloween as well. So definitely having your fall and your Halloween season covered. There's a few more of the frames. And then You're So Bewitching, more frames. And then lots and lots of sentiments. Hey Boo, I love that one. And then Batty for You. I mean, I'm just still going here. There's another little tiny, there we go. That's the last one, the tiny little ghost. All right, so I'm going to put these away, and then I can move to the last pack of ephemera. All right, and this one has a love theme. So this would be for your Valentine's Day, or just a card to say hello and I love you, about friendship. We've got some pretty scallops here, and look, you can put that on top of there and make kind of a little piece together with the ribbon underneath. Oh, I love the card with the hearts coming out. This one has kind of a, I would call this a rose gold on the foiling on there. And so this shows up really well on this kind of blush color cardstock. I love you. We've got some fun banners here. I would take those banners and maybe put it on a little toothpick or a little dowel or something, and you could put those into cupcakes for toppers. That would be really, really cute. Making those as well. All right, here's some flowers with that beautiful, oh, Still Not Sick of You. That's really funny. Still Not Sick of You. I may have to use that one. All right, we got some Valentine here. Love note. You are my person. How sweet. And I love these hearts with all of those details. And then we've got kind of some little floral pieces. There's a few little wreaths in here. You are loved. And I love the big I love you heart. Here's some more of the letters, I should say. Had to think of the word, sorry, letters with those beautiful little hearts streaming out of them, because as card makers, don't we love to mail our cards? Yes, we do. Oh, look at the hearts. Another I love you, and these beautiful rose-colored hearts. And here are a couple more banners, and a big one and a small one. So wow, a lot of ephemera in there. Okay, so we've seen the ephemera, we've seen the stamps. Now we are moving to the dies. So we'll just keep moving on here. We've got some adhesive sheets in here. These are the slimline sized, so longer than sometimes we receive. So they usually put them in the stamps and dies, but in this one we're going to get a longer sheet, which is great because we can use these for our intricate die cuts. And look at all of these dies. So we've got a leaf here, some snowflakes. We've got we've got the poinsettia. We've got a spider web hearts. Tons of little bats there, and a holly leaf. And then now I'm going to take a look at this in just a second, and we'll get started making a card. But oh my goodness, look at all of those dies. I really, really love all of these. Okay, so now I'm going to work on putting a card together. So I'm just looking at my instructions. There's also instructions on how to use the glitter paste as well. If you've never used the glitter paste, since that's included, they've got some information as well. And I'll probably cover that in a follow-up video. I'm going to make, I think, some more cards in another video, but I wanted to start with showing you how this works together. Okay, so we're going to begin by stamping. This is step number 1. So again, they're numbered, which is fantastic because there are multiple sheets here. So I'm going to pull out some of those card bases, and here is that stamp. It's that I saw earlier. This is going to obviously help us place the twister pop-up part in here. And so I'm just going to pull out some of these card bases. I've got this open, and then I'm going to pull some of these out so I can get started making a card. All right. And then I'll need to get my stamp positioner out as well. I'm going to use that to stamp this, although you don't have to have that for this, I don't think at all. But I've gotten in the habit of using it, and so I'm just going to pull that out and stamp that image in the middle of this. Let me open up these ink pads. I'm going to open up this green here, and then I will place my card base into my my stamp positioner. Okay, so I'm going to open this up because I want to stamp in the middle per the instructions. And I'm not always one who really follows instructions. And then I always end up making mistakes. So I'm actually going to pay attention and use the instructions. And they're so easy. I love, again, not to sound like a broken record, but that is just one of the many things I really, really have always appreciated about Diamond Press are the instructions. Because sometimes you just need a little help, or you forget how to make something that you haven't made in a while. So it's just really, really nice to have those instructions. All right, so I've got that pretty much in the middle of my card, and I'm just going to stamp this on using that green ink. Okay, so that is the first step, a line and fold, and then there's a mark and then center of card. Okay, all right. Now, if you wanted to be extremely precise, you could measure the inside of your card to make sure it's perfectly even, and it would be at 2 3/4 if you wanted to do that. I just kind of eyeballed it. But you could. All right, so the next step here is to cut these pieces. So that funny looking kind of die that has sort of the little arms on it and that center, that is what we're going to use to cut this twister piece here. And then there is this longer strip that has, looks like 4 little segments. We're going to use that to cut, to go inside the card. So I'm just using a piece of cream cardstock. I thought that would show up pretty well against the white card base, but you could use whatever color you want. So I'm just going to clip this down, and I will run these through my machine. And I'm using that bright green because I wanted you to be able to see it. All right, so I've got my folder here, and I'm just going to run these through one at a time, and then I can get started on the next step. So this is step 2, is to cut out these 2 pieces. So these are the pieces that you'll need to put this card together, it looks like. All right, let me run the second one through, and then we will move on. All right, again, just using my marquee to run that through, and it cuts beautifully, like it always does. I always have great success with my marquee. Okay. So let's see what the next step is here. So I'm interested to work with this piece, but I'm not quite there yet. So it's telling me step number 3 is I'm going to stamp my sentiments on the pop-up panel. Okay, and there are a ton to choose from. You can see how they put some of these sentiments together, and I am going to choose, I think I'm going to choose a Christmas one. And let me get my positioner in here. I'm just going to stick this down, and then I'm going to pick my stamps out, and I will, I'm going to just adhere that down for a second. You can see I'm deciding, what do I want to do? What do I want to make? Let me open up another ink pad here, and which stamp do I want to use? I should have opened these off camera, but you know, part of the excitement for me is just sharing, you know, the whole process, opening it up and giving you a true sneak peek of what you're getting. So, all right, so we've got Christmas here. I want to use this big Christmas, which looks a little vintage to me, which I'm loving. And I'm just going to kind of line this up here. And then when I'm satisfied, I'm going to use a second sentiment on top, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one down. And then I will add the second the sentiment main part of it on top. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this up and add this to my cardstock. And then I'll put another, I missed a little bit, so I'll put another little bit of ink on there. Looks really cool. And then I will stamp this down. All right, looks good. So now I'm going to pull that off. I'll clean that stamp up, and I will pull out my other sentiment here. So we've got wishing you peace and joy this, or have yourself, or I'm going to choose we wish you a Merry Christmas. Super, super cute. We used to do some Christmas caroling at the holidays, and we always sang "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." So I definitely love that that is going to be part of this card. All right, using some green here just for a little contrast. So that's nice that you can add whatever color you want to, and you can just change it up with your ink colors. All right, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay, got to get that W, and then it is ready to go. So that was really quick and easy to stamp that out. So you could do this in kind of a process of cut a bunch of those and stamp all your sentiments, and then you can work on assembling your cards. All right, beautiful. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Okay, so now I've completed that step. So we're going to move to the back. Number 4, fold and unfold twister at score lines. Folding horizontal one indicated by the black dashes. So I am going to give an extra step here just for visual purposes. I'm just going to do this on camera. You wouldn't do this on your card. This is just for me to show you the folding process. So I'm just going to do the black line where it is, and then I've got a red marker to do the red lines. Again, broken record, but really love that they have these instructions here so that we can easily put this together. All right, so now, but again, you would not do this to your card. This is just for me to show you in the video to give that added emphasis. All right, so it says take the black line, and you're going to fold that toward you, okay? And then you're going to take the diagonal lines indicated by the red dashes, and you're going to fold those away from you. Okay, so I've folded that along that black line toward me, and now I'm going to take the diagonal line and I'm going to fold it away from me. Okay, so you can see I'm going back and just folding that away from me as it instructs. Okay, so we've got some stuff happening here, and now I'm going to move to the next step, B, which is showing you how to fold this up. So you can see, again, the picture is important because it's going to show you how, I'm going to call these legs, how you want your legs to be, the legs of your twister. I'm just going to name them that, all right? So I'm going to fold this in, and it's going to take me a second to kind of get the idea of where it's going in, but I'm going to need the center part, that little pointy part right there. You can see where my finger went. I need that to come in. Okay, and when it comes in, you can see that it folded. And my picture, my folded twister, I should say, looks like the picture. Do you see how this half, I want that kind of pie shape in front of me, the largest part in front of me, and I want that little point facing down toward the end. Okay, so I'm going to work on this process on the other side. So now I'm going to make these points, that point come in, so I can get my little leg into position where I want it to be. Okay, so I'm going to just twist that up, and you can see that you'll find that spot where I can fold this leg back, that little tab, and I've got that little kind of half-shaped piece in the front. All right, so now I've got both of my sides, and I'm just going to fold this down a minute with my bone folder. Probably not necessary, but whenever I crease, I like to make sure I get a good crease. It just helps things work. All right, so now I have both of these folded. So I've got that kind of pie-shaped piece. I want to say semicircle, but it's probably not the right term. So I've got that little pie shape in front, and you can see that my twister looks like the picture, which is exactly what I need. Okay, all right. And now you can see that I'm going to add some, so I'm just showing you that that tab is kind of in the front. All right, so I'm matching the picture, and now I'm ready to move on. So I'm going to get some glue out here. Here is my card base. So the next step is to apply strong adhesive to the bottom of the folded twister as shown in blue. So you can see it's that kind of pie-shaped piece that I am going to add glue to. Now I'm just going to tell you, I am a bit of an over gluer. When they say add glue, I add glue. I am not the person who puts just a tiny bit. I am going to add a lot of glue, and sometimes I over glue. My glue is pretty empty, so I'm having to kind of squeeze a little bit to get a good flow, but I always add a lot of glue. but you're going to stay away from the edges. That way, hopefully, it doesn't spread out too much. Since I'm using a liquid glue, it will spread, and I'll just have to be careful of that. All right, so I've got that one side done, and I'm going to lay this down. It says flip it over and put this in the center of your card. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put it, I'm trying to get it where you can see what I'm doing and read the instructions and put it in the placement. Okay, so it says adhere twister to a card on the top of the bottom of the stamped alignment guide. Okay, so just what the picture says, I'm going to stick this in here, and I'm making sure that that is where I want it to be. Okay, and then the next step is going to be, I'm going to put a little block there and let it dry for a second. I don't think you have to really do this because you're going to put the other side, but I just, again, I want to make sure that it's a little bit adhering before I move on, at least the first time. So I can see that that is glued on that side, and now I'm going to repeat the process. It says add glue on the other side, this exposed, so that other kind of pie-shaped piece. I'm going to add some glue. All right, running that around, and then I can press that closed. Okay, and again, over gluer, so we'll see what happens. I'd rather kind of over glue and maybe have to take some off than not put enough, because I want to make sure it's really secure. But again, probably too much. All right, so I'm letting those fibers that are wet, I'm going to let those really stick, and then it's going to tell me what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to let that dry for just a second. I'm putting just a little bit of pressure on there with a block, but I do want to check it and make sure that I didn't glue it closed. So I can see right there I've got a little bit of glue that's come out, so I'm just going to wipe that off with my finger, and you can see I've got some nice twist going in there. All right, so the next step is I'm going to take my pop-up panel and you're going to fold it accordion style. So you want to have that sentiment folded in the middle facing you. So I'm just looking at the picture, and you can see that middle part where the S and the T are, that is going to be facing you, because this is the part that needs to be popping open in the card. So if you did it the opposite way, it would not open correctly. All right, so can you see that that is going to be facing out toward you? And they've got the instructions on there. The mountain and valley is what you're doing basically. Okay, so I've got it folded correctly, and now I'm going to add some more glue onto that bottom right tab. Okay, and they've got kind of a picture for you, which is great. And again, I'm going to try not to over glue, but I'm being generous. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to add this to that corner. All right, now you can just fold yours down. I'm just trying to see what I'm doing because I want to try and keep as much on camera as I can, so you can see everything, and you can see that behind your thing is the little square. Okay, so I'm just kind of making sure I've got it where I want it to go, and it's looking pretty good. And you're going to want to let that dry really well before you start moving on to the next step. Okay, and I'm just making sure again didn't over glue. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to apply glue to the other side. So open the panel, and you're going to add a little bit of the glue on here, same sort of idea, and then I will attach the other side on there. Okay, so I've got a nice kind of little rectangle of glue going, and then I'm going to fold this in and get my twist going on here. And it says you need to close it. I kind of don't close it on this first one just because I want to keep it on camera a little bit, but you're going to fold both of the sides in like you're closing it, and it's going to go to where you want it to go. Okay, and so I didn't close it all the way, but I'm just kind of showing you that you want it to open like this, but you need to close it. Okay, so I've just got it in the position but when you want to make sure you close it so it's in the right spot. Okay? And so you'll close it down and make sure that it adheres in the right spot. Okay, so if you close it all the way like that, and the glue will be in the correct position. All right, so you just fold that up and it will stick on there, and there you go. How cute is that? All right, so that is how you do it. Now I have cut some cardstock and added this to one of the card bases. Obviously you're not going to have the red and black line in yours like mine, but I just did that to show you so you could see what was happening with the twister. So I've got some of these pieces here with the ephemera that is so beautiful, and I'm going to add these to the front of my card. On the inside of the card, I cut that cardstock to 5 1/4 inches by 3 1/4, and that fits really well inside of the card, up next to the twister part, but it doesn't impede it opening, and then you have like a little border around it too. Okay, so I'm going to add some foam here to pop these up on the front of my card, and of course I'm going to have a holly leaf in there because it's so beautiful. All right, so I've added all of the foam on here, and some of these I'm just going to stick directly onto the card, and then I'm just going to kind of place them, and I'm not going to give them a good push on there until I'm really ready where I want it to be, because I want to make sure my tree has some room. And then I will push these down, and then the last step is going to be to add a little bit of foam to the back of this Be Merry sentiment. So you can see how quick and easy this is to decorate the fronts of your card. So easy with all of this beautiful ephemera, just tons of it to choose from. Okay, so when I'm happy with the location of that, I will push that down. And then I did add a little bit of epoxy dots on there, those beautiful red ones. And I added a strip inside as well. So there it is. It's very, very easy to do this card. So I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek. I know it was very long. Leave me any questions or comments, and check back soon. I'm going to have a video. I'm going to make some other cards with this set as well. But I hope that you're excited about the Today Special. I'll link it in the description when it becomes available, so that you can go check out the items yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.